Hey guys, it's Tom. I'm back here to kind of get back into things, back into Magic. Um, just recently uploaded a video kind of explaining how this deck works, what the matchups are, and now I'm going to be putting together some games for you guys, just to kind of show you how the deck works in action. So let's see what we're up against here. Okay, looks like we are on the draw. Definitely going to be mulliganing this hand here. And this hand, well, it's not the best. We could still be able to draw into some land. I think we have some action here with Ponder, so we are going to go ahead and keep this just because it does have our money card, the Puresteel Paladin. Hopefully be able to get our combo going. One of the fun things about this type of deck is that because it's a combo deck, it gives us so many different ways to win, and in a lot of situations where you would otherwise just lose, we do have some outs. So it looks like we are up against red-black zombies, which is a pretty favorable matchup for us. Definitely want to draw another land here, but if we can stabilize on land, this, I believe, is going to be a pretty good matchup. The one card that we really don't want to see here is Skursdag High Priest. Definitely causes the most trouble for our deck out of any of the cards you can play. So really hoping to not see that card here. At this point we're just going to drop down the Spellskite, try to wall up a little bit, see if we can get our Puresteel Paladin online. The nice thing is the Spellskite is also able to block his Highborn Ghoul. Okay, so at this point we really want to be able to stick a Trinket Mage, get out our Grafdigger's Cage to shut down the Undying ability. A little bit on the back foot here, but hopefully we can pull it out. So at this point, once again, just going to be doing a little bit of walling up. Potential plays we could do here would be to drop Spellskite and Ponder to set up our next turn, to get us closer to Metalcraft and just sort of keep the damage back. Or we could go ahead and Trinket Mage here to pick up Lifestaff, and then really kind of try to start coming back that way. We could either pick up Lifestaff or we could go for Grafdigger's Cage to turn off the messenger here. But I think that let's see here. I think we want to have Puresteel active fairly soon, but I think that trading Mage for Diregraph Ghouls to slow down the beats is going to be fine. So we're going to go ahead and Trinket Mage into Lifestaff. That way we can set up our Puresteel Paladin in the next turn or so here. Mostly we just really want to stabilize. And at this point, we could trade, but that would open up, potential problems with Morbid. And then in addition, we want to be able to get the life off the Lifestaff on Trinket Mage. So next turn our play is probably to, if we draw land, to Lifestaff, equip, and then we can gather, or we can just go ahead and trade the Mage this turn, open up the possibility for Morbid, and then at the same time, next turn be able to drop Gather and Lifestaff, hopefully. So, yeah, I think our plan here is, I think we need to trade at this point. Now we could block Messenger here, but I think it's better to block Ghoul just because if he has the Tragic Slip, well actually if he has Tragic Slip it doesn't really matter, so we're going to go ahead and block Ghoul. Fume Spitter will get it done also. Okay, so this is kind of very nice draw here for us. So now we just want to go ahead, wall up for one more turn with Spellskite, set up our next turn with Ponder, and then be able to drop Puresteel Paladin into Mortarpod and Lifestaff. So the other potential play we could do is drop Mortarpod here, just to be able to slow the beats down a little bit. And I think that's actually going to be our play. So we're going to drop Mortarpod and then Ponder to set the next turn. Okay, so we could just pick up Gut Shot here. We could go, let's see. Yeah, I think we want to just, let's see here. We pick up the planes this turn, and we can go ahead and drop Spellskite. We still want to drop Mortarpod. I think having the extra land this turn doesn't actually matter. So I think we want to get Gut Shot this turn, Gut Shot one of the ghouls, block here, kill that. Yep, okay, so that's going to be our play. And then just to make sure that we don't turn on Morbid already, we can just Gut Shot now, although it's going to happen with the Mortarpod anyways. So I suppose it really doesn't actually matter. At this point here, we just want to block the messenger, and then Gut Shot the Highborn Ghoul, and then sack before damage to kill the other ghoul. Okay, so now we're kind of back in the driver's seat. At this point, we can go ahead and safely drop Spellskite, kind of wall up the defense, and then go ahead and drop we could drop Puresteel Paladin this turn, but it's really not necessary. I think it's a little bit better to drop Gather, just in case he has a sacrifice effect, such as Geth's Verdict. Just because dropping Puresteel next turn is still fine. So at this point, like, he could have, I'm surprised he didn't attack there, but if he had attacked there, I'm not sure if he would have blocked his Spellskite or not. Okay, so now we can go into Puresteel, get Metalcraft, and should be able to take this game over. We want to be careful not to kill the messenger until next turn when we Trinket Mage for the Graft Diggers to make sure that it doesn't come back. So at this point we're just going to be preparing, and we're just going to go ahead and, if he attacks, block messenger here, then before damage, sack to kill the Gravecrawler. We're in no rush here. Once again, we are not the aggressor in this matchup, so stabilizing and taking control is definitely the name of the game for us. Alright, so at this point, I mean, we're happy to, since he's just going to replay it anyways, we're happy to just block with a human and then just sack to kill him. Just to do 1 damage, start the clock ticking. No point in killing the Grave Hall at this point. Now, the other thing we could do is we could go Trinket Mage for the combo, and then start basically just beating down. But I think that not having messenger come back is a little bit more important here. Now at this point we're free to get in for a little bit of damage. And now he's going to start clearing his board. Could take out messenger here, but I think we're still fine just waiting a little bit. Okay, so Aristocrat's a little annoying. Not too bad, though. Okay, so here the play is just block here, and then we'll make him sack the messenger just by shooting his Aristocrat. I mean, since we're going to take the damage anyways, it really doesn't matter if we sack it now on our turn, so we might as well get into 3 next turn. So, and kill messenger here is fine also. Like, you could sack to shoot it there, but the result's going to be the same. And at this point, I mean, we're fine with just racing at this point. Like, we could kill it, but I definitely want to keep the Spell Skite active. There's a good chance we can draw some other creatures, so there's no reason to trade Spell Skite for the Aristocrat just yet. And it's possible we should have killed Aristocrat there in response to the Gravecrawler. It's probably would have been the right play, so. Yeah, we probably should have killed Aristocrat there. I think this play is okay as well. Okay, so travel is exactly what we want to see here. So at this point, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, we can just kill him. And we know that we're drawing champions, so if he has something, we can just get him next turn. But this should be game. So then, just to be safe, we can let's see. So we want to keep Spellskite up. Yeah, it's about the same. So this means that he has some form of removal here, but should still have him. Okay, there's the combo. Alright, so once again, against zombies, we're bringing in O-Ring, Purge, let's see, Spellskite, Cage, Misstep is still good, Life Staff. Just double check here. I believe that's what we want to be bringing in here. We're cutting gut, Ponder and Gut Shot. Then we can probably also, then once again we'll be shaving Collar and a Mortar Pot. So this hand is just fine. We've got the Graph Diggers, the Misstep, Spellskite, and hopefully we can draw into blue mana here. Yeah, we definitely want to go ahead and Misstep that. Okay, so Legionnaire is a little bit annoying. So knowing that he's boarding into Legionnaire, we might want to keep in the Gut Shots, potentially. Especially if we see another Legionnaire. Or maybe boarding like the one with Oak. especially seeing Mimic that, you definitely want to. I definitely want to consider maybe bringing in the Revoke. Okay, so still just dropping, not really beating face just yet. We could drop champion here and just start beating in, but I still think, you know, we're on the defensive here a little bit. We want to keep our life total high, and Spell's Kite helps us with that. We could trade champion for Gravecrawler. Not really what I want to do here. We want our champion to get a little bit bigger, so we'll just go ahead and take the 2. Okay, so at this point, we're probably just going to drop champion, and then keep Purge up just in case. And we'll make him use the Spell's Kite. Alright, so now we definitely want to go ahead and redirect that with our Spell's Kite. And at this point, definitely going to be purging. So we can sever the bloodline for 1 more mana on our champions, which is unfortunate. And I think here we need to... let's see, what is the play here? We definitely want to get the Mimic Bat out of there. I mean, we can O-ring the Porcelain Legionnaire, but I think I'd rather get rid of the Mimic Bat. It's going to be more trouble in the long run. And unfortunately, because of the... it just can cause just too much trouble if you leave it around. So getting rid of Mimic Bat is definitely what I want to do. So now really hoping to draw some blue mana at this point. But sever the bloodline Luckily it can't be played anymore because of Grafticker's Cage. Which our opponent is about to find out. So like here we can race and then just like chump with a Nexus. Definitely just want to keep our life total as high as possible. Don't want to get blown out by Brimstone Volley. Okay, so there's our card. Now we definitely want to go for life staff here. Actually, yeah. Like we could equip Puresteel and then just like push with all three, and probably not the worst play. I mean, if we had equipped there, it would be fine. So then he takes 7, goes to 2. We're still fine just attacking with one guy though. And that's the match. So thanks guys for watching. That was Puresteel Paladin versus Black Red Zombies. Hope it helps. We'll see you again next time.